Hi Girl Scouts! I hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy. Today, your favorite equestrian team at Camp Tapawingo Equestrian Center just wanted to bring you a video about some of the routine care that we have to do regularly when it comes to managing a herd. And so today's video, we are going to do a demonstration on how to trim a horse's hooves. Quick disclaimer before we get started. Trimming a horse's hooves is a skilled trait, so please leave that to the professionals and those that are trained to do so, such as Julie here. And here's Julie.
Hi Girl Scouts, this is Rosie. Rosie's having her lunch right now, but this is a regular maintenance that we have to do for our horses. So I'm going to show you the tools that I use. I use an apron in order to protect my legs. I use a pretty sharp knife to trim their hooves as well, so I want to make sure that my legs are protected. I wear gloves because the rasp it's very rough to file their hooves. And then I use a hoof nipper. This nips their hooves. It's like trimming your fingernails, so you have to know where you're trimming so that you don't get on the live parts of their feet. This is a hoof stand, and I'll demonstrate how to use that. Right now it's holding on to my tools. I have a hoof pick that I pick her hooves with first, and then I also have a hoof knife, and the hoof knife is very, very sharp, but it doesn't hurt the horse because it's like the ends of our fingernails. They don't feel it as well, okay? So when I approach Rosie, I'm going to let her know that I'm going to be trimming her hooves. They've had their hooves trimmed before, so they kind of have an idea what we're going to do today. So first, I'm going to ask her to pick up her foot, and she picks up her foot for me. I'm going to get my hoof pick. And I dropped it. Get my glove on. Get my hoof pick, and I'm going to pick her hoof clean. So there's a frog. This is her frog right here. I'm going to make sure that I get all of the mud and dirt and rocks out of there so I could see where I need to trim on her foot. As you can see, Rosie's a bit long, so we're going to be taking care of that today. This is her frog, and there's a piece that's loose right here. That piece we're going to take care of. She's shedding her frog, which they do in the spring and the fall. So it's something we just take off. I'm going to use my knife. This is her bars right here. See how they stick up? We're going to make them flat with her foot. So if we let her bars grow and they're not flat to her foot, it grows over, and then she could get something called thrush in her feet. So we make sure that we take that out. This does not hurt her. She can't feel it. So I'm going to take care of that bit of her frog that is loose.
What's the purpose of a frog, Julie?
A frog on their foot is like a heartbeat of their hoof. When they walk on the bottom of their foot, the frog pushes in and puts blood into the live part of their hoof, so it keeps them sound and healthy. Okay, so I'm going to get my hoof nippers, and you can see on the edges of her feet, that's why we clean out her foot so well, you could see where her heels are high. She's got a lot of foot here. So you want to find your path So I'm going to lower her heel because she's a bit long. So I'm going to make it even with her bar. And as you can see, because her heels are so high, she can't push her frog against the ground. So to make her foot healthy, so that's why we have to lower her heel so she can get in ground contact with her frog. So I'm going to go around evenly to take the excess off.
Is it possible to trim off too much?
It is possible to trim off too much. That's why I go around one time, and I'll show you in a minute here when I get all of this all the way around. You just want to trim even straight across at first until you see, and I'll show you in a minute here, like get this piece off. Thank you, Rosie, for being so cooperative. Okay, so you can see this white line here is called a water line. This black line is actually called a white line in a foot. This is her sole. So this is what protects her foot, the live part of her foot. If I would trim back here on the white line, that would be way too short. So what I do is I keep just to the middle of this water line. And I give her a roll, like all of our horses are pretty much barefoot. We only have 2 horses that wear shoes. So what I'm going to do is trim just to the middle of that water line. And as you can see, she has a bit of a flare on her toes. So we're going to take care of that flare as well and make her foot more symmetrical. And I'm trimming at an angle so it takes a bit of her toe on the top off. So it makes it even all the way around. And thank goodness it's wet out because her foot's a little more pliable. When it's dry out, it's really hard to trim their feet. Okay, so I took the excess off her foot, and this is the length that it needs to be, especially on the bottom. She's got a bit of a rise here from her sole. So I'm going to take my rasp and I'm going to level, easy girl, I'm going to level her foot. She's trying to get some hay that's on the floor. Rosie. Here, Rosie. Let's get you close to your hay. Here, sister. There you go. Good girl. Okay, so I'm going to level her heels. See, because one heel is higher than the other. And I'm going to level that in the front. So as you can see from the top, you can see that her frog now is in contact with the ground. So that's going to keep her foot healthy because that's the heartbeat of their foot. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a little bit off with my file. Just to even it out and give her a bevel on the front part of her foot so she has some breakover. When she walks, that'll break over so it doesn't cause her hoof to split. I'm gonna let her have her foot down. And you can see the difference between this foot and her long foot. Okay. So I'm gonna have her bring her leg forward. I'm gonna adjust this so she's not uncomfortable when I bring her leg forward. That's good, girl. Okay. So I'm gonna bring it forward. Easy, girlfriend. Oh. So I'm gonna roll her toe. Easy, Rosie. I'm gonna roll her toes so she has breakover. Breakover helps when she walks and lopes and trots, that she's comfortable. It's just like when you have a shoe on, how it has a roll on the shoe. You can see the rollover on her toe. So it's just like she has a shoe on, but she's barefoot. Okay, and that's how we trim her feet. And then we do all 4 feet at one time.
Thank you, Julie, for showing us and giving us some amazing insight into what it's like to actually trim a horse's hoof. As Julie said, she's got 3 more hooves to go, so she's going to be busy doing that. But also just wanted to say, keep in mind that we have 32 horses, and all 32 horses need their hooves trimmed, and they get trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks. So it is a very time-consuming but very necessary task, because if we didn't do this as regularly as they need, we wouldn't be able to ride our horses. All right, thanks, Girl Scouts. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and of course, stay healthy. Also, comment any video suggestions down below that you might want to see.
Or any horse that you would like to see.
Great, thanks.